Miami was never supposed to look like this. For decades, it was known for beaches, nightlife, and palm-lined streets. A city of sun and tourism, not global finance. A place people visited, but rarely stayed to build empires. And then, one building changed the conversation. Rising from the heart of downtown Miami, a $300 million skyscraper didn't just reshape the skyline. It redefined what Miami was allowed to be. This is the story of how a single tower became a turning point for an entire city. Miami before the tower. Before the skyscraper, Miami lived in a contradiction. It was one of the most recognizable cities in the world, yet struggled to be taken seriously on the global business stage. New York was finance. London was power. Dubai was ambition. Miami was lifestyle. Developers came and went. Luxury condos rose near the water. But nothing truly announced Miami as a global city of the future. The skyline was growing, but it lacked a symbol of intent. City leaders, investors, and architects all understood the same truth. If Miami wanted to compete with the world's great cities, it needed more than sunshine. It needed a statement. The $300 million vision. The idea behind the tower was bold and risky. A skyscraper costing $300 million, built not just as a luxury structure, but as a signal, a message to global investors, corporations, and elites that Miami was open for serious business. This wasn't about height alone. It was about identity. The developers envisioned a tower that blended ultra-luxury, advanced engineering, and architectural confidence, something that could survive hurricanes, command global attention, and redefine downtown real estate. At the time, many doubted it. Miami's weather was unpredictable. The ground conditions were difficult. The cost was enormous. And critics asked the same question. Who would actually invest in something this ambitious here? The answer would come later. Designing the impossible. From the very beginning, this skyscraper faced a problem most cities never worry about. Nature fights back in Miami. Hurricanes, flood risks, soil corrosion, high winds. This meant the building couldn't just be beautiful. It had to be resilient. Engineers designed reinforced cores capable of handling extreme wind loads. Advanced foundation systems anchored the tower deep into bedrock. Impact-resistant glass wrapped the structure, designed to withstand hurricane-force debris. Every material choice was deliberate. Every line of the building had a purpose. Architecturally, the tower avoided the boxy designs of older skyscrapers. Its form was sleek, vertical, and confident, modern without being reckless. It didn't just rise, it asserted itself. Construction under pressure. Building the tower was a race against time, cost, and climate. Weather delays were constant. Logistics in downtown Miami were complicated. Materials had to meet higher standards than most high-rises in the United States. Every additional safety feature raised the price. Every delay threatened investor confidence. At moments, the project stood on a knife's edge. But walking away was never an option, because this wasn't just a construction project anymore. It had become a symbol of belief in Miami's future. And slowly, floor by floor, the tower climbed. The moment the skyline changed. When the skyscraper finally reached its full height, something unexpected happened. The skyline felt different. Not just taller, but more serious. From a distance, the tower stood as a vertical landmark, visible from miles away. At night, its illuminated presence transformed downtown into something closer to a global financial district than a vacation city. This was the moment Miami crossed an invisible line. The city was no longer asking for recognition. It was demanding it. Economic shockwaves. The real impact didn't come from the building itself. It came from what followed. Suddenly, global investors started paying attention. International buyers began viewing Miami not as a secondary market, but as a strategic one. Real estate prices surged. Luxury demand exploded. New megaprojects were announced. Developers who once hesitated now rushed in. The $300 million skyscraper had done what marketing campaigns couldn't. It proved Miami could deliver ambition at a world-class scale. A cultural shift. Beyond economics, the tower changed how Miami saw itself. The city began attracting tech founders, finance executives, and global entrepreneurs. Businesses that once defaulted to New York or San Francisco started choosing Miami instead. The narrative shifted. Miami was no longer just a destination. It became a base, a city where people came to build, not just escape. And the Skyscraper stood quietly at the center of that transformation. Why this tower redefined Miami. Plenty of cities have tall buildings, but very few have a building that changes their trajectory. This tower didn't just offer luxury views or office space. It reprogrammed global perception. It told the world that Miami was no longer playing a supporting role in the global urban story. It was ready to lead. The $300 million price tag wasn't just construction cost. It was the cost of reinvention, the bigger lesson. Cities aren't defined by borders. They're defined by decisions. And sometimes a single decision, bold enough, expensive enough, and risky enough, can change everything. Miami took that risk, and the Skyline will never forget it. Subscribe to Atlas Explained for more interesting videos. And if you want to know about any city or country, comment your name, tell us what you want to know, and where you're watching from. Because every city has a story, and some buildings exist to change them.